Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. I'll never tell. Just a little flashback I had. Flashbacks of the times we shared. Some made us laugh, and some made us scared. No, that's not right. Some made us. All right. Okay. Sorry, I just butchered that one. We used to break up and make up all the fun that came from those love games. Connie Bomber! Hey, Connie Bomber. Lydia Washington. Let's see who was here first. Isby, thank you so much for being here first. And by the way, I don't think we'll be here more than an hour. The People's Duchess. Let's see. Hey, squad. You all had a Hope you all had a great Saturday. Yeah, it's been pretty good so far. Um, I appreciate it, and I trust everyone else has had a great Saturday as well. Okay, Vivian Green, thank you for being here. Patricia Ann Franklin, Fancy, Helen G, Wendy Jack Sing, or is it Sign? Wendy Jack Sign? Wendy, Wendy, oh, Wendy Jack, when are you coming back? Wendy, Wendy, oh, Wendy Jack, when are you coming back? My arms are missing you, and my lips feel the same way too. I tried so hard to be true, like I promise I do. Wait, who sings that song? Gosh, I forgot who sings that. Anyway, I love this song. That's when music was real. Oh, it's pronounced sing. See, I shouldn't have doubted myself. Why did I doubt myself? I sing because I'm happy. Cause I sing because I'm free. Okay, and we're good. As you can see, my voice is just shot. Okay. Um, I managed to hang up some new, well, actually I went and got the old fashioned um what do you call them? Okay, they're not blinds. They roll. The old fashioned I forgot what we call them. I knew it earlier. Window shade. Yeah, I went and found some an old fashioned window shade. And then when I got it home, it was too wide. So I had to trim it down a little bit, um, which was easier than I thought it would be. And well, anyway, for $29, you really can't go wrong. But yeah, it took me a month of Sundays to put that up. Um, I hope I'm not taking in water because I'm telling you, there was so much uh, dust coming out of that hole that I drilled. Well, I drilled about 4 holes, but anyway, I hope it stays up. Yes, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay. Who else is here? Maggie ABC, thank you for being here. Oh, by the way, did I say that we probably won't be here more than an hour? We won't be here more than an hour. Okay, let's get on with it. Forget me not. Forget me nots. You know, that is Princess Diana's favorite flower. And of course, Centibale, um, that actually means forget me not. So, so many things came together to make that charity what it was. And you know what, guys? It'll be back. I just have to believe it'll be back. Um, yeah, it'll be back. It'll be back. And if it's not, you know what? We let it go. We move on, and we'll find some other ways to help. Okay. Holy AI! Look at what somebody made. It is, of course, the Sussexes. It is the Sussexes. Um, You know, I actually was thinking during the global pandemic, I'm like, Harry and Meghan isolated in sunny California. Now, listen, I wasn't hoping anything bad on anybody, especially, not the youngins. But I was just thinking, my goodness, what are the possibilities? I mean, you hope for the best, but you always prepare for the worst. But yeah, anyway, I'm glad nothing happened to those babies, and um, I'm sure that everybody else feels the same way. But oh, history could turn on a dime, couldn't it? Remember when they were saying, "Oh, the Queen was upset, and the Queen has warned William about flying everybody in the same helicopter." Um, Yeah. Well, I'm going to just say that was the right thing to say, and it should not, that should not happen. But William was like, we could all go together. But I'm glad nothing happened. God forbid. I don't want anything to happen to anybody, which is why we're here speaking up for our faves, because it's um, it's a world of possibilities out there, but we don't want to see anything like that happen, especially to those babies. May they live long and prosper. Speaking of babies, the Duchess of Sussex posted this image today. Very solemn, no caption. No caption. Um, Perhaps as a reminder that there are real people that are involved in the decisions that are made, that it has real life consequences. So just as I sit here and I say, not the babies, protect those babies. Unfortunately, that is not an opinion shared by a lot of very, I'm going to assume, well educated, capable people who really don't seem to give a tinker's damn what happens to the royals that live in California. I still cannot get past that. I still think about that. Harry has a greater regard for his entire family than seemingly anyone of that notorious four, that curious quartet. Um, William, Kate, Charles, and Godzilla. I'm just going to say, I think those four are the most hateful people ever. I really do believe that. They are the embodiment of evil. And I wouldn't trust them no further than I could throw them. They're awful people. I've always said that. I've always said that. and I need to say it loud and clear at this point so that there's no confusion about how I feel about them. They're awful people. I don't have any better words than that. Just awful people. The same way that you hear me say quite often that some of these women that are hating on Meghan, these are women who are otherwise pillars of the community, I would imagine. Bank teller, the grocery store checkout, the librarian, the real estate agent, the waitress, or is it the retired CEO? No, I doubt it. The wife of some shop foreman or something. Whoever it is, whoever they are, it's still hard for me to believe that collectively that they could wish someone harm day after day. I mean, the wording that they use in some cases is just shocking and unbelievable. It was a long day yesterday. Really was a long day. Prince Harry says if anything were to happen to my father's grandchildren, look where the responsibility lies. The Duke of Sussex worries for his family's safety in the UK after losing his appeal to reinstate his to reinstate his state-funded security. Now that was in People magazine, just in case you're wondering. They took away Frogmore Cottage. They took away Frogmore Cottage. Um, After Harry paid $3 million that he really should not have paid. The other royals are not paying for renovation on Crown's estate properties, the Grace and Favor properties, but Harry and Meghan did. This place was scheduled, or scheduled, if you will, for some heavy renovations. It is a grade 2 listed property. Now, there was a rush to get it up to code and move in ready for the Sussexes so that they could bring Archie home and live there in a place that would make some great memories. Some place on I think it's the Great Windsor Park where they would be safe, just a stone's throw from the Frogmore Mausoleum. And Charles, acting capricious as usual, took it, evicted them, and then tried to evict his brother, but didn't get very far. Almost like he didn't mean to. So I guess I'm saying, you guys, might as well brace yourself because if he took the Frogmore, although I don't know, what diabolical plans he could be working on, but he'll think of something. He will think of something. Yeah, this Maggie, the sound of Harry's voice, that really that was really jarring. SB, thank you so much for the PayPal, and thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Harry, now the backlash grows. Palace unites with Whitehall to hit back at his stitched up claim. You mean for telling the truth? What is that? Mainstream media? What is MOS? Anyway, two-thirds say strip the Sussexes of their title. Oh, that's Mail on Sunday. That don't count. Royal anger at BBC for failing to challenge Duke. Um, you mean because they gave Harry a voice for a change? And let me just tell you, doesn't quite Harry or Meghan. It's not often that they have a chance to speak from their heart, and in particular, where it concerns the way that they have been treated by that institution. It's very rare that they get a chance to speak from their hearts. I had recommended the Harry and Meghan docu series to someone I know and love so much, and the review I received, well, it didn't seem really balanced. It was kind of one sided, and why would anybody say something like that to me? I said, I get what you're saying, but let me shed a little light on things if you don't mind. Let me try to bring some clarity to this situation. 365 days a year, 12 months a year, 7 days out of the week, 525,600 minutes, day after day. An army of people take to the airways, gaslighting, flat out lying, shaping the narrative, recreating things in their own image. And the one day after a year of silence, no, 2 years of silence, that was 2 years at that point. After 2 years of silence, well, they did push back with the Oprah interview. And then a year later, it was the docuseries. So what? So what if they finally had a chance to tell their story without a panel of a bunch of old white men on TV telling you what the Sussexes are thinking and feeling and doing and who likes them and who don't? So for one, what was it, 6-part series, they had a chance to say what they wanted to say. And clearly they couldn't say everything that they wanted to say. So I said, it really upsets me. I'm feeling really triggered that you say to me, it seemed a bit one-sided. Damn right it was. And it should have been. And it should be that way more often, as far as I'm concerned. This is why I don't tolerate anti-Sussex rhetoric. I just don't. They don't have a voice. They don't have an army of people that are at the beck and call of Kensington Palace. They can't call in to favors from media companies and governments. Oh, whatever you do, please don't protect my child, my daughter-in-law, and their 2 children. Whatever you do not lend them protection. Leave them vulnerable. That information leaves a little knot in the stomach. It leaves your stomach kind of twisting. So yeah, I get it seemed very biased. So what's your point? There's wholesale character assassination taking place by some very well paid, and in Robert Joseph's case, well fed, very well paid and well fed individuals that need only some direction from the palace, allegedly. And then next thing you know, you have a full frontal attack from those people, listing things that are untrue and just making up stuff. So yeah, I don't tolerate any anti-Sussex rhetoric. Never have and never will. Whatever mistakes they may have made, imagine the pressure that they're up under. Try being under that pressure and see if you can do any better. Oh, Dina Cardosa, thank you so much for being a member. And thank you so much for the super chat. And thank you for being here with Royal Sussex. Did I say that already? Anyway, I'm going to say it again. So thank you very much. By the way, is there an event tomorrow? Are they having like VE Day or VD Day? I think for a couple of members of the family, it's probably VD Day, but for some of the older members, it's probably VE Day. Oh yeah, they're dragging Charles from here, there, and everywhere. I want to see some TikToks though. Gosh, I am very hungry for TikToks. The thing is, if you go and try to find some that are like really dragging that institution or dragging Charles, you have to endure so many negative videos, and I don't have the bandwidth for it right now. But thank you, Terry H. Yes, that's the evil villain. You can't say evil genius because I don't think he's anything of the sort. I don't recall when this photo was taken, but yeah, he looks like hell. Yeah, he looks like hell. But I am thoroughly disgusted with him. He's not smart. He's not particularly bright. He's not a critical thinker. When he went over to Europe, when he went over to France, wearing that field marshal uniform, I was embarrassed for him. All of those world leaders in their suits or, fashionable outfits. And here come Charles dressed up like he's uh, or what was the English marshal, or not marshal, general. Anyway, the one that was leading during the Second World War. Um, oh gosh, I forget his name. But anyway, yeah, he's dressed up in that field mark and even had a baton with him, like some kind of scepter. I was embarrassed. Oh, it's Thursday, May the 8th. Okay, thank you very much. I was embarrassed for him. It had like a lion and some jewels and everything. And it's just like he's been waiting a lifetime so that he could cross the English Channel and go over there and wear this khaki colored uniform, hat and all, as though he's actually commanded the military. Very embarrassing. But you know, I was going to say Rommel, and I no, it couldn't have been Rommel. He looked like Rommel. I can't remember the one that was in Europe. And the Americans kind of like yielded some authority to him, so you know, so that the British could be a part of have a greater part of it. No, it was a general. It was a general. It was a military person. He was like one of the commanders, but certainly not Churchill. I can't remember his name. But yeah, Rommel. I guess he was in the desert. Doesn't he look bad? He looks like crap. Montgomery. That's it. Montgomery. I knew when I saw the name I would recognize it. It was Montgomery. Was his title Field Marshal? I knew I would recognize the name when I saw it. Thank you so much. Let's see. Field Marshal Montgomery? Huh. Well, my memory is better than I thought. I see it right here. General Montgomery. Okay. God, he looks just like an actor. Yeah, rank Field Marshal. Oh, you guys. Oh, you guys. Um, I found a picture of Charles in that ridiculous uniform. I got to show it to you. I know you didn't ask to see it, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. It was right there in the Wikipedia search. It was right there. And because it was, I would be remiss if I didn't share it with you, even though I have no idea what remiss mean. But didn't we go through that before? I have no idea what remiss mean. All right. There you go. Look at this fool. Look at him. Look at him. This grown adult aging pensioner went over to France dressed up like this. I was so embarrassed. Do you see why? Look, do you see why I was embarrassed for him? Do you get it now? Look at the baton or the scepter or whatever the oh, I almost dropped the F bomb. Look at that thing inside of that puffy, meaty fist of his. This man seriously put on all of those medals, put on the braid and the epaulets and all that kind of stuff, grabbed that baton and went over there. Now, you guys listen. I get it. I get it. And you know what? One of these days, that's going to be the United States. Hear me out. That's going to be the United States. Before the Second World War, there was a world power, the most powerful nation in the world, um, Great Britain, um, the empire, the largest empire the world had ever known. After World War II, the power shifted to the United States. The United States was like, yeah, you're going to have to let go of those colonies. We're not going to help you save that. That's over with. Got it? Well, eventually, China is going to be eating our lunch. And that's just the truth. And God forbid that an American president dresses up like some lunatic, like someone just escaped an asylum, like some wealthy, eccentric millionaire. God forbid an American president shows up looking so ridiculous. It could happen. It really could happen. And do you know why I say it could happen? Yes or no? Do you want to know why I say it could happen? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Do you want to know why I say that that could happen? I just need just one yes. Just one. Holler if you hear me. Okay, that's it. Denise Dublin says yes. This is why it could happen. The Orange Menace posted this today. I repeat, the Orange Menace posts this image today. At this point, everything is on the table. Yes, everything is on the table right now. So if he could show up looking that ridiculous, do not put it past him to show up looking that ridiculous. Do not put it past him. There he goes, childbearing hips and all. Catcher mitts hands. He's got those hands that look like a National Baseball League catcher's mitt. Those massive childbearing hips. And of course, it would not be complete if he wasn't wearing his favorite cherry lip gloss. God save the king. Somebody's got to help him. So, His Royal Highness Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, reveals his shock when he found out a year after his security was downgraded that the royal household sat on the board with Rayback to make this decision. Question: why would King Charles, as Harry's father, install his representatives on the board that makes decisions about Prince Harry and Meghan's security, and do this secretively? A, the answer, should I say? Because he wanted to influence Rayback's negatively without his son knowing. He didn't know Harry would uncover this betrayal. That's why. That is why. You guys, whatever happens, Harry was justified in pursuing this case. He was justified. Whatever the outcome, I am going to support him. There are already people saying, cease and desist, Harry. And these are squatties saying, enough is enough. Just leave it alone. Your family doesn't love you. They don't want you. It's time to accept the medicine. End of. I am going to, support him whichever direction he goes. Especially so far as the Duchess of Sussex, Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Sussex, has thrown her support behind her husband. He promised to keep her safe, and she believes him. She trusts him. it's not easy to watch this type of sad, awful outcome. It's not easy to watch this, but that's when faith comes in. You got to have faith that some things are necessary, some things are teachable moments, some things will help us grow. So I do hope that there's some good that comes out of this. He knows how to hold it upside down when he's uh, actually, you know what? That was the first time that Donald Trump led a military campaign, was when he rallied the Secret Service and went charging over to that church with all of those unarmed civilians um, that were tear gassed and hit with rubber projectiles and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that was the first and only military exercise that I have ever known him to participate in. And when he got there, just like the spawn of Satan, he held the Bible upside down. Kind of scary, isn't it? Kind of scary. The mark of the beast. Now, you recognize the lady there in red, right? That's what's her name. No, I actually don't know what it is. No disrespect, but that's what's her name. So let me cue it up for you. This is actually not a new um, thing, but it is topical. So we are going to follow wherever it goes. I will follow him wherever he may go. There isn't an ocean too deep, a mountain so high it can keep me away. Oh yeah, and it's a love him. Oh, you'll always be my true love, for now and forever. Okay, you ready? I love him, I love him, I love him, and where he goes, I follow, I follow. I don't know why I'm starting to channel Sister Act. I love him. I'm in such a musical mood. Nothing you could do could make me untrue to my God, my God. Remember that song? Nothing you could buy could make me tell a lie to my God. He may not be a movie star, but when it comes to being happy, we are. And I'm gonna. Okay, you guys, let me focus and concentrate. You know what? After all we've been through, isn't it a good thing that we can still laugh? Isn't it a good thing we can still laugh? Don't you love when she says, and I'm gonna? No muscle bound man could take my hand from my God. My God. No handsome face could ever take the place. Okay. You know what? Let me cue this. I'm still just looking at the phone. All right. Ready?
Remember the history. Do not forget what they did to Diana. When Diana was breaking and, in serious mental distress, but she wasn't mad because they were treating her so badly. And actually, just last week, one of Jeffson, I think, said that they leaked all this information about Diana. I remember Nicholas Soames saying on Newsnight, she's crazy, because she did not let Charles own the narrative, because she wanted to tell her side of the story. And they leaked that she was mad. And they destroyed this woman's mental health.
They tried.
And they did the same, I think, woman who came from a very different world. And I remember writing 3,000 words, the cover story in Times US, Time Magazine US. And at the end, I said, she doesn't know the country she's entering. She doesn't know the family she's entering. The only way this was 5 months before they got married. The only way they will survive is if they leave. She had no idea about the backstory in this family. And you talk to me about racism over and over again. Charles says to a woman I know, a journalist I know from Manchester, he says, "Where are you from?" She says, "Manchester." "You don't look as if you're from Manchester." The Prince Philip, I met him at the Royal Shakespeare Company because I was a governor. I'm standing with my husband. He passes us by, he comes back and he looks at my husband and he says, "You're married to her?" No, is she yours? They are full of it. And Meghan had to survive it.
That never gets old. That never, ever gets old. Yeah, that never gets old. Isn't that interesting? There really is no way you could be prepared. Those people, they pretended to welcome Meghan. Queen Elizabeth was quite accommodating, which only added to the confusion. They promised Harry this, they promised Harry that. It was basically the same promises that was made for Kate Middleton, that she would be protected, right? And for the most part, she has been. I mean, in spite of all of the Weighty Katie stuff, she has been protected. Even when she exposed those little flapjacks over there in even when she decided to go topless and expose those little flapjacks over there on vacation in France, they sued. They sued and got a settlement. Obviously, they were not paying by cup size. Otherwise, they really should have saved a couple of hundreds of thousands of dollars. But whatever it was, because I wasn't sure which was William and which was Kate, to be honest with you. But those little bumps actually won the day. Those little empty billfolds actually were considered entertaining. And poor Kate, all she wanted to do was to put on her what do you call it, sunblock. But who knew there was going to be someone there with like a $10,000 camera? And even at that price, I'm telling you, I don't think they really picked up everything. Either that or it just wasn't much to pick up. Okay, I'm done. I just had to get that out of my system. I'm done. But it just wasn't much to pick up. Plus, she was so skinny back in them days. When she turned sideways, you think she gone. When she turned sideways, just like, where'd she go? Anyway, that's enough about bed knobs and broomsticks. Okay, serious. And yeah, so let's not forget Penny Jr., who said Harry's making the same mistakes as Diana, and I fear he will come to regret it, just like his mother did. Very ominous words from Penny Jr. And she wasn't the only one. There's others. Car crash interview and very insightful, incendiary language that you use when you're trying to provoke someone into doing things terrible, doing some terrible things. That was the whole point of it, whatever they say. That was the point of it. Now, I got another soundbite for you. This is Richard J. Atch, protective security specialist, 30 years, 60 countries, 6 continents, best-selling author. Well, let's just hear what the man has to say.
Urgently ask her to examine the matter and review the RAVEC process. Richard H. is a former Royal Military Police Close Protection Officer with over 30 years' experience. He's the author of the book Close Protection. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
And now, central to his case, Prince Harry argued that his situation should have been put before RAVEC's Risk Management Board to assess the threats he and his family's security actually faced. That didn't happen. Were you surprised with the ruling the court came up with?
I was shocked, but certainly not surprised. Sir Geoffrey Voss, the judge of the Court of Appeal, said that the Duke's grievance had not translated into a legal argument. Well, that's because the provision of protection should not be based on legal argument, but through a formalised approach to the assessment of threat and risk. But they're firmly sticking to legal process, ruling that the security decision had been a predictable and even a sensible reaction to Megxit when Harry stepped back from being a senior royal in Great Britain. Threats against a person who has protection afforded to them due to their status within a specific family are not diminished when they leave the duties of that family. They will always remain a member of that family. Prince Harry is 6th in line to the throne. That hasn't changed. The threat and risk assessment against Harry hasn't really been mentioned whatsoever throughout the past 5 years during this process. It's all been geared around a legal approach to the situation and not about any formalised approach to the assessment of risk and threat against him.
Well, the judges said yesterday the committee had diverged from policy back in 2020 because of the complexity of the circumstances. It was deemed a sensible thing to do. But it sounds like you might agree with what sounded like a very emotive judgment of his, that this has been a stitch-up.
Absolutely. I think Prince Harry has nailed it in that terminology there. It is an establishment stitch-up. It's clear that the entire process has been caught up in emotion and appears to be nothing other than spite from the royal household, where senior public figures in position of power in government and in RAVEC must see to be toe the party line. It's retributive justice for Megxit, not as any balanced, formalised approach to assessment of threats and risks to those threats.
We heard Prince Harry talking yesterday about the influence he feared the royal household had on this decision at RAVEC. How much influence do they actually have within this?
The royal household is in control here. The members of the household are part of RAVEC. They form an element of RAVEC combined with members of Parliament, senior protection command officers, and so on. And of course, when you have senior members of the royal household staff influencing decision-making process, how in effect can you actually work in conflict against that? You'll be working in conflict against the crown, in effect, because the members of the royal household are speaking for the king.
So when you have Prince Harry writing to the Home Secretary saying, can you review this process? That sounds like a bit of a non-starter, would you think?
No, the decision on Ravik is usually conducted by assessment of risk, and that assessment is through opinion, experienced opinion. Legal process isn't part of it. It's the accurate assessment of threat and risk. And we're not just discussing the armed protection here on the ground of the United Kingdom when Prince Harry visits. We are talking a whole host of security measures that work in the background.
Yeah,
a whole host of diverse intelligence flows
and
so on.
Just to make it clear, though, there are some circumstances under which he would still qualify for protection in this country. That's right, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I mean, Ravik should also say it's conducted on a case-by-case basis. Household.
Okay, so there you go. Not everybody has taken leave of their senses. There are still some people who are willing to speak truth, and in Harry's case, willing to speak truth to power. As well they should. This whole idea of bespoke, case-by-case basis, that's too much thinking and analyzing and plotting and speculating. Excuse me. About what should and should not happen. Shouldn't be a whole lot of thought behind it. It should just be. If he's had that level of security his whole life, and bear in mind, yeah, so now he's what, 5th in line, 6th in line to the throne. After William, he is the next adult. He is still a council of state. He is still part of that miserable clan. Pun intended. And then when you find out that other children of royals from Europe or not from Europe still have a high grade level of protection. Now, obviously, Beatrice and Eugenie, they're so far removed from that, fine. Although they, I believe both of them still maintain properties in grace and favor apartments, don't they? Or cottages. They haven't completely left the, the bosom of royal protection. Not completely. Their properties are still maintained. Now, maybe that doesn't happen when they leave the country, but as long as they're over in the UK, they are still capable of laying their head down at night at a property where they should be relatively safe. Now, the reason why Harry did not stay at any of the royal properties is because he didn't feel safe. Because of this case-by-case basis. He didn't feel safe. They have, what is it, an annual assessment or whatever for other members of the family? But you don't want to do that for him, the one that served in the military? The one that Al-Qaeda has threatened? They are more than willing to accept the worst possible outcome. And then till the end of time, it will be that cautionary tale. This is what happens when you leave the security of the royal family. Oh, well, you shouldn't have left. How dare you want to have a life away from this institution? Should have stayed here so we can continue to abuse you and of course now your wife and your children, make them feel vulnerable and unsafe, leak their locations to the press, and so on. Oh well. Anyway, I like this guy. I like this guy. He's very sensible. Well, well, well. Let's take a look at that one. Okay. Yes, like other former United Kingdom prime ministers, Liz Truss is entitled to continued security protection after leaving office, just like an American president and vice president. They are still allowed to have security. Here's what's known about the security arrangement. Here's what's known about the security arrangement. Let's see. Publicity funded security. No, that's publicly funded security. Former prime minister receives publicly funded security from specialist police protection officers. Chauffeur driven car. They are also entitled to an official chauffeur driven government car. Security detail. The specific details and costs of their security are not publicly disclosed for security reasons. But it's known they are protected by the Metropolitan Police. Important notes. What is that? Discretion. The Home Office does not provide detailed information on security arrangements to avoid compromising their integrity. Now, you know what? All of that would change with Harry and Meghan. All of that would change. I guarantee you that there would be some kind of a leak. I guarantee you there would be a leak from the usual source. From the usual source. Hello? Is this the Daily Mail? Senior Royal here. I said Senior Royal here. Yes, I'm a smoker. Why do you ask? Senior Royal here. So there you go. There you go. Now, one of the things they don't have listed here is I believe Liz Truss is also entitled to, well, she has her salary, right? I mean, this is about security, so of course they didn't list that. But she also has her salary. She gets to keep a salary, a pension. And I believe she has the right to operate an office. Now, it's very, very lucrative for a former United States president. For whatever reason, US presidents still had top secret security clearance at the discretion of the current president, of course. But there's a lot of US public officials, Secretary of States and such, for whatever reason, they could go and search the archives. They could go and look at all kind of top secrets. That was never taken away from most, former members of the United States government of high rank. Now, of course, a lot of times that's for doing research to write a book or something like that. They're allowed to have access. My point is, it's very cushy. They are giving better treatment to Liz Truss. Liz Truss, you guys. Liz Truss, who didn't last longer than the cabbage. There are people that had cabbage in their refrigerator that had a longer shelf life than Liz Truss. Yeah, seriously. There are heads of cabbage that had a longer shelf life than the former Prime Minister Liz Truss. Let me see. Lorraine Esmeralda A. Thomas says, I would not trust those people to provide security to Harry and Meghan. After this, Diana said they were planning her accident, allegedly. They have exiled Harry. Yeah, they've exiled him, but they won't leave him alone. And by the way, thank you so much for the super chat and for being a member. And also by reaching out to other governments and declaring that you shouldn't protect them either, that is very provocative. It doesn't mean that they're safe because they're away from Salt Island. It really does not mean that they're safe. As evident by the car chase in New York. Those photos that appeared that night, which of course I saved them. Those photos that appeared that night and then disappeared. No other mention of it. No other mention of it. Somebody put a bounty on them. They offered a lot of money to get just the right photos. But then again, isn't that what happened to Diana? Somebody offered a whole lot of money to get just the right photos. So thank you again very much for the super chat. Now, you guys remember him. What is his name? Mongrel Adam. Mongrel Adam. Always a pleasure. Let's hear what he has to say.
And in some breaking royal news this evening, Prince Harry has wound up even more loyal royalists by having the absolute nerve to outrank Princess Charlotte on Google on her 10th birthday. Only hours after the Princess of Wales posted a picture of Charlotte on her 10th birthday, Prince Harry then jumped above her in the Google search rankings after having an interview with BBC America. How dare he? Don't forget, it's you that decides what jumps up the rankings on Google, not the person you're searching. Not only has he done that, he also dared to mention the health of the king and say he's not sure how long the king has left to live. Utter treason. Meanwhile, his brother, Prince William, the next in line to the throne, is already planning what to do to get his revenge when he becomes king, only when his dad dies. That also sounds treasonous. Rather than use this as a lesson for his young 10-year-old princess daughter and say, you know what, darling, the internet's not everything, there's a real world out there, he's used his time instead speaking to experts about how he can swerve the law and strip his brother and his wife of their titles. Little message for William, it's a constitutional monarchy. You literally are a ceremonial king. You wear a crown and you ride around in a gold coach. This is not the 1500s, mate. And in some breaking royal news this evening, Prince Harry has...
Okay, I couldn't have put it better myself. I like him. Now, let's take a little departure from all of that other stuff. And let me see. We are rounding the bend. I'm not exactly done yet. We still got a few other things to cover. I think I'm at about the halfway point, just a little bit past the halfway point. How ridiculous. I still can't get over that look. The King of Britain, he is an imbecile. He is so stupid. He is the imbecile. Yeah. Okay. So as you can see, there's another group shot. We are delighted to be working alongside Nigerian Defense Headquarters and Africa Unconquered to continue changing and saving lives through sport in Nigeria. In a recent meeting with senior delegates from the Invictus Game Foundation and Monster Energy Cares Foundation, General Musa reaffirmed his commitment to support Nigeria's wounded, injured, or sick service community. With us through sports initiative and building of the Armed Forces Invictus Center. Hashtag I am here. So there you go. And of course, you remember Derek, is it Coba? Coba? I think so. Anyway, you remember him. He has been working very hard. And listen, you guys, don't worry. He's not Dr. Scholler. He's not going to try to hijack anything. I trust him. I don't get that, that oily, you know what I mean? He doesn't seem oily and slick and too clever for his own good. So I am going to assume that he's not there to try to hijack a situation and remake it in his own image. Plus, he's outlast Sophie in terms of, his position, I think. He's definitely outlast Sophie. And from the looks of things, it looks like he has a fan, huh? To me, it seems like he has. What's your name? Who's your daddy? Is he rich? Is he someone like me? Oh, I'm sure she's looking upon him with admiration and, of course, great respect for the hard work that they're all doing. And that's all to it. I'm sure there's nothing else to it. She's just gazing upon a colleague as they discuss important matters of opening up this veteran center. Why I'm always playing, I always have to go there, don't I? Well, look at it like this. If I didn't, Church Nelly would. How about that? I'm just trying to keep it real for Church Nelly. Okay. Enough fun. And here's a big board table meeting right here. Very cool. At the head of the table is General Musa. And of course, and that too, whatever's going on here. But yeah, so cheers to Monster Energy Drink for helping to make this possible. You see, guys, there is still a certain level of stability. Now, years ago, when David Weissman first met Prince Harry, he thought, oh, God, there's one of those royals. He didn't think much of Harry. He didn't have anything against him. He just didn't think much of him. But now they are great friends and have been for years. So since what, 2014 was it? Since 2014, I think. David Weissman has been working for the Invictus Games. He himself is a wounded soldier, a wounded warrior. You may have seen that image of the X-ray of his chest, where I guess they got that um, out of him, but there's a picture of him with some lead in his chest. So yeah, he almost was unalived. He was almost unalived. No, that's a good analogy. I like that. uh, well. Happy birthday. Did you guys know it was the bartender's birthday? Princess Eugenie, happy birthday to my hero. Gosh, it's been 14 years, and every birthday gets better as our family grows. Best Dada ever, and the best memories with so many more to come. Yeah, so there you go. So cute, you guys. So cute. Isn't that sweet? It is the bartender's birthday. You know, that's very clever. Marrying a bartender, that means you always have the best mixed cocktails 24 hours a day, wherever you go, whatever you do. And they make a cute couple. Couple of what? I don't know, but they make a cute couple. Although I would feel kind of weird. I would feel kind of weird. It's not that Eugenie is not a lovely girl, and I do think the world of her. Um, yeah, I think the world of her. But the thing is, isn't it kind of weird? I mean, you know, you go to lean in for a kiss, and well, I mean, you cannot unsee it, can you? You know what I mean? You cannot unsee it. You cannot unsee this or this. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she looks just like him. She looks just like him. Now, I tell you, I've done some weird things in my life, but I promise you, leaning in to give the Duke of York a little peck on the cheek or a little, you know, peck on the lips, I just, uh, uh, wait, do I get to keep Frogmore? I mean, does he not see it? Does he not see it? She looked just like him. Although it's the other girl that has his eyes, but she looked just like him. Same jaw, same, you know, teeth, basically the same shape of yeah. I would get weird. I would get weird. I'd be like, you know how they at the wedding when they say, "Do you, dearly beloved, take Princess Eugenie, whatever, such and such York, as your lawfully wedded wife?" I do. All right. Well, in that case, you may kiss the bride. Can we just shake? You know what I'm saying? Can we just shake? I'm still trying to get used to everything. That's what I'm saying. I'm still trying to get used to everything. I don't know if I could do that. I don't know. He's stronger than I am, that's for sure. He's stronger than most. Look too much like him. I could only imagine it would get kind of weird. There would be like a little weirdness to it. Oh well. Anyway, you guys, they have been together for 14 years. They have been married for however many years, and they do love each other. And I'm just having fun, and I'm glad that they have found happiness with each other. I'm sure they make a great couple. I'm sure they make a great couple. I mean, you just have to close your eyes and try not to think about it, and you'll be okay. After all, what, they got 2 kids, so He must be able to compartmentalize things. Oh, well, look at those great pictures. They're happy, you guys. They're happy. I take back everything I just said. And he's not bad looking. He's got a nice head of hair, a nice smile. He can mix some Bahama Mamas better than anybody I know. I mean, after all, it's the bartender to the rescue. Look at how much money they save whenever they entertain. So there you go. Yeah. Yeah, they've been dating, I guess, for 14 years though. So that's good. I'm happy for them. I am very happy. Hey, you guys, please hit the like button. There's only 335 likes, including my own. Also, do consider a membership. For the price of a cup of coffee, you can have a membership to Royal Sussex for just $4.99 per month. That goes a long way to help support this channel. All of the interesting conversations, the fun, the gross jokes, and some of the worst singing you've ever heard. You can't get that anyplace else. And here it comes to you across the airwaves into your home day after day after day. Somewhat strange, a little bizarre from time to time, but we're here. Okay. Now, Prince William and Princess Catherine did just 4 days royal work in April. Are you crapping me? Only 4 days work? Say it isn't so. But I'm afraid it is. Just 4 days work. You know, I knew William wasn't no good when he said, as soon as Kate had took off sick, he said, well, I'm taking off sick too. Yeah, he said he was taking off so that he could comfort his wife or whatever. But yeah, that's only 4 days work. 4 days work. And they get away with it. They get away with it. Let's see here. Oh, you know what? I'm looking for the article. And I started looking at something else. Lord have mercy. All right. Feminagra. There we go. And let's see what the article has to say. Prince William, Princess Kate have long been branded by the media as the dependable faces of the monarchy when it comes to royal engagements, but in 2025, that image is cracking under the weight of reality, with millions in public funding behind them and near universal media praise. Their official calendar tells a different story. By the end of April, William and Kate had logged just 4 royal engagements, 2 of which involved travel for what some called glorified photo ops. Damn right it was. That's all it was a glorified photo op. In between, the couple managed to squeeze in 4 lavish vacations, skiing in the French Alps, relaxing in Mystique, and enjoying spring anniversary escape to Scotland. Meanwhile, royal reporters continue to vilify Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, who not only fund their lives privately, but have worked nonstop this year on philanthropy, media projects, and advocacy. Yeah, they have worked nonstop. I think Betty Davis said it best in the movie Whatever Happened to Betty Jane. I think she said it best. Do you guys remember what she said? Okay. Let me refresh your tea. Hold on. Let me refresh your tea. Okay, here it comes. By the way, did you know we had rats in the cellar? Blanche, did you know we had rats in the cellar? Well, they have rats in the cellar, rats in Kensington Palace, rats in Anmer Hall, rats in Adelaide Cottage, rats in the whatever apartment they're using at the Windsor Castle, rats in that place up in Scotland. Generally speaking, there's rats in the cellar, rats in the saloon, rats in the helicopters, there's rats everywhere. Blanche, you forgot to eat your din-din. Oh, by the way, did you know we had rats in the cellar? Two big, festering, diseased, hairy, whiskered, mangy-looking rats. Big super rats. Dragging pizza up and down the subway steps, rats. Running all up on people's shoulders and all that kind of stuff, rats. Big rats. The kind that have to keep chewing on stuff so that their teeth don't grow through the top of their head. Although that would be interesting to see. Did you know we had rats in the cellar? So anyway, Betty Davis, whatever happened to Betty Jane? Baby Jane, Betty Jane. Anyway, if you haven't seen the movie, you should. But if you know, you know. Now I got to stop before I start singing "Postcard to Daddy." Plus size fairy. Happy Sunday to you too. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, plus size fairy. I don't know if you know this, but did you know we have rats in the cellar? We have rats in the cellar. Yes. Two big hairy fur extensions. Yeah, one of the rats has this peculiar habit of wearing fur extensions, but there happens to be rats in the cellar. Big, menacing rats. One of which has an authority complex, and the other one, well, that one is hopeless, I'm afraid. Okay. Anyway. So, David Beckham turns 50 years old and still doesn't have that knighthood. He still ain't got the knighthood, y'all. He still ain't got the knighthood. He still don't have that knighthood. Now, I have a theory about that. If I was him, I would just take a break. Let it go. Let it go. If I could quote one of my favorite singers, Miss Toni Braxton. First thing Monday morning, I'm gonna pack my cares away. Woo! Got no cause to look back. I'm looking for me a better day. Yeah. Poor David Beckham. You see the thing of love, and we deserve respect. It's so bad. It's just so bad. Get that man that knighthood so we could all relax. You see the thing of love, we deserve respect. And the only thing they bring you is change. Let it flow. Woo! Let it flow. Let it flow. Let it fly. And everything's gonna work all right, you know. Woo! That's what David Beckham need to do. He need to just let it flow. Because you ain't getting that knighthood. The only way you're going to get that knighthood, I suspect, is they're going to make sure that William is the one to give it to you. So you better hope. You better hope history is on your side, because who knows? People are surviving worse. And you ain't getting that knighthood. They're going to make you work for it. This man has been doing all kind of stuff. Look at him sitting up there with his bare arms trying to impress King Charles, or actually Prince Charles. Let it go, man. Just let it go. Got no cause to look back. I'm looking for a better day. Let it flow. Woo! Let it flow, let it flow, let it fly. Everything's gonna work all right, you know. Woo! Woo! Let it flow. Sir David Beckham. Let it flow. Cause you ain't about to get that title. You ain't fixing to get that. Now look at here. He's sitting up there laughing at William's jokes. Oh, William, that's the funniest thing I ever heard. Knowing whatever William said doesn't make sense, it's probably in very poor taste, and God knows it ain't funny, but he had to sit up there and smile and show all his veneers to make sure he get that title. Well, you know what? He's smiling at the right person, but he gonna have to wait until Charles goes down into that uh storage, that logger in the floor of the St. George Chapel. Gotta wait till he goes down inside the storm shelter, because you ain't getting that title a minute sooner. They're gonna make you work for it. Yep. And when they pull your chain, you had better bark, right? Ain't that what Auntie Esther told Fred Sanford? Now look here, Fred Sanford. When I when I pull that chain, you had better bark. Oh, that's exactly what's going on with Sir David. Is he Sir yet? Or is he just David Beckham? Anyway, that's what's going on with him. He had better hope that William is not so distracted by all of his hostility and rage against Prince Harry that he just totally forget about it. But in the meantime, it's going to be so many Monday mornings and you still won't be knighted. I don't know why that's so important. See, when you let it go, you get everything you got coming. And that's why the very wise Tony Braxton said, sometimes love turn out right, you know. And always in pain. Yeah. Woo! Let it flow. Woo! Take it from Tony Braxton. One ooh at a time. You got to take it. Tony Braxton, very wise woman. You got to take it one ooh at a time and just let it flow. And then maybe, just maybe, you get that knighthood. But you ain't going to get it by embarrassing yourself and laughing at all them bad jokes Williams tell, especially when you know some of them are kind of racist, allegedly. But ain't no telling who he making fun of. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. I mean, just what the peerage needs is somebody walking around with a bunch of neck tattoos. Don't nobody want no broke heart. Don't nobody want no two-time loser. Now you know. Woo! Got no cause and look. When everything had to hey. Woo! Let it flow. Let it flow. Say one la 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 la. Let it flow. Na 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 na. Let it flow. Let it flow. Let it flow, David Beckham. Stop pushing it. Woo! No, I did not. I did not. I'm just having some fun on a Saturday night, Sunday morning. Say, how about I forgot to go to a graduation send-off? How did I forget that I was supposed to go to a graduation send-off? This is how I mean, not graduation, prom night send-off. This is how you forget. Don't tell me that your prom is coming up and that you're going to someone else's prom first or second, because what was supposed to be first in my mind turned into second, which means, guess what? I wasn't there. I wasn't there. And the reason why I wasn't there is because you overwhelmed me with two proms. When it was one prom, I had it all committed to memory. But when you told me about the other one, hell, I moved it up a week. And guess what? Now I won't be it either. See what happens? See what happens? Yeah. Did that to yourself, boo. Shouldn't have overwhelmed me like that. Hell, I knew about one prom. I thought it was next week. It was this week. Well, I had the right intentions, and I do feel terrible. God, I feel bad. But well, I guess I had to catch up on my sleep. Speaking of catching up on your sleep, the ancestors may have to go and visit someone to wish them well. Yes, that is Lorraine Kelly, the one who can never find Russell Meyer's other ear. Russell Myers, where's your other ear? Sometimes I see it, sometimes I don't. I only ever see it when you turn your head. Russell Myers. Yes, Russell, where's my other ear Myers? You probably recognize her from the Lorraine Kelly show. Just Lorraine. Anyway, Lorraine is having some adjustments made in her nether regions, and she's going to be out of it for a while. As a matter of fact, it may be very similar to a surgery that a certain royal had recently. I really can't tell, but it might be very similar to that surgery that they did not have, if you understand what I'm saying. So it is just one of those surgeries that you have that helps you to have a more comfortable retirement type of surgeries. And very routine, so I'm sure she'll be fine. But just the same, I would like for the ancestors to taunt her as much as possible for all of her past transgressions against the Duchess of Sussex. Yeah. Oh, you like the clumsy way I explain that? Well, I believed in Boston they referred to it as the Big Dig. It was a project that went on for years. It seemed to be endless. However, some of the motorists that have used the Big Dig tunnel have reported their voices are deeper, their eyebrows are bushy, and a noticeable, incredible amount of facial hair. Yeah. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that about half of the population that uses that tunnel is turning into B. Arthur. They're turning into B. Arthur. So, but yeah, it's going to change some things. And the ancestors are going to be right there to guide the way. Right? The ancestors are going to be right there to guide the way because of all of those past transgressions and such. Yeah. Maybe she'll be nicer when it's over. Maybe. But you know, it wasn't too long ago. See there, Lorraine Kelly reveals truth behind her swollen face live on Loose Women after being asked if she has had fillers or an allergic reaction by what is that? Panicked fans? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's who was asking, was Panicked fans. I panic, but not about her. I'm always trying to figure out where's Russell Myers of the ear? Where's Russell Myers of the ear? Now you see it, now you don't. Russell Myers appears to only have one ear. He can only ever hear half of what you're saying. Anyway, I don't care about that. Get them, ancestors. Did you guys know this? Did you guys know that Sally Jesse Raphael is 90 years old? Did you guys know that? Sally Jesse Raphael is 90 years old. And she's still with it, too. She's still with it. Seems like she's in great health. 90 years old. The woman who helped usher in the bright red eyewear frames, Sally Jesse Raphael. For those of you who don't know, she used to have a talk show. Sally Jesse Raphael, Rolanda, and a few other people. They were just giving talk shows to anybody and everybody. So, yeah. Now, sometimes you can look very good like this because you stay out of other folks' business. And then sometimes you look like hell. But She looks good. I give her big points for being 90 years old. I had no idea. Now, Popular Butcher starts selling King Charles III sausages, making fun of his swollen fingers to commemorate his ascension to the throne. That just ain't right. This is what Muriel shared with me. Thank you very much. Let me see. Avon's Butchery in Auckland, New Zealand, announced on Wednesday they would that they were not selling King Charles sausage fingers in reference to the new king's enlarged fingers. Yeah, and just keep saying to yourself, that's not strange. That's not strange, although it is incredibly strange. I mean, I don't care what's going on with his fingers. I just don't ever want to see him sniffing them. But that's where I abandon ship. Oh, check this out. Those are beautiful AI generated Meghan, Duchess of Sussex dolls. Aren't those beautiful? You have one that is very business career orientated, and then you have the other who just wants to use her culinary skills to make life great for all of her friends and family and friends that are family. I like both of those versions of the Duchess of Sussex. And like they say, you can have it all. Oh, look at Barack Obama. And of course, when these photos came out, you know what they were saying? Oh, I know they're getting a divorce now. I know they're getting a divorce now. Give it a rest. It's over with now. They have been to the White House. They stayed for 8 years. And if the Orange Menace tries to run for president again, he is going to be running against Barack Obama. Trust and believe. Obama may be ready for his third term. Now, officially, you guys, there is no such thing as a third term for the presidency. However, we have a lunatic in office right now who may try to bend the rules. Yeah, he gets away with everything else. But anyway, he looks good. He looks good. Oh, and I got this one last sound bite, you guys. I think that's the last one. So in advance of that, let me just say thank you very much to the moderators for keeping this the safe space that it has been for quite some time. I do apologize if I'm missing any names, but I think that's the right one. All right, let's see what this guy had to say. You know, I listened to him the other day and I forgot what he was talking about, but I guess we'll rediscover it together. Nobody want no broke heart. Nobody want no two-time loser. Ooh. Got no cause to look back. I'm looking for me a land. You see the thing about love? We deserve the best. But we can't demand respect without change. Okay, you guys, it's coming up. Let it flow, let it flow. Wanna say na 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 na. Oh, you know what? Maybe it ain't coming up. I don't see it for nothing. Well, that is so weird. What did I do with that blasted thing? I don't remember where I saw it. Is it on my profile? Could be. Could be not. Who's to say? Okay. Well, I guess that's a wrap then because I don't see it. Don't know what I did with it. Well, I got time to look all night for it. That is so weird. I got all kind of pictures of Charles III, evil dad, bad something. Anyway, I got all of those. But don't know what to do with the other stuff. Oh, well, it couldn't have been too important. Because after all, I would probably remember, wouldn't I? But it's a TikTok. It shouldn't be too hard to find. J.K. Richards. Okay, let me try that. J.K. Richards. J.K. Richards. Okay, let me try. Anyway, good night, you guys. I am done. So
the bag that kind of like took over my digital identity.
I am done. So if you guys need to skedaddle. If you need to make like a tree and leave. Nah, that's not it. Why am I hearing music? Okay. Should not be hearing music. Let me try that again. J. Oh, it's spelled Jay. K. Richards. Duh. As if. Oh, I found it. I found it. Disaster averted. I found it.
Their name isn't hard to pronounce. You're just not making an effort. If you could pronounce Siobhan and Neve, you could definitely pronounce their name. Stop being lazy, bro, just because they look different to you. Their name isn't hard to pronounce. You're just not making an effort. If you could pronounce Siobhan.
Okay. Looks like he just
Their
makes
name isn't hard.
All right. I heard you the first time. Hold on. That's not it. See, I don't all this music. I don't know how to navigate TikTok because I don't use it that much. All right, never mind, because this is just going too far. All right, all right. Oh boy. You can't even turn the volume down. It don't even let you. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and try to eliminate that from the video. Oh yeah, happy Sunday to you guys. I mean, I kind of feel like it's right there. So you know me, I don't like to give up.
Chill, bro. This is very cute, and you have to admit it's cute. Every single day, Meghan Markle emails her small children every single day. And before the haters come out and start talking nonsense about Meghan Markle, chill, bro. This is very cute, and you have to admit it's cute. Every single day, she will email her children. Her children are little, so they're not reading these emails, but she will email her children about the cute things that they've done during that day. How sweet is that? Every single day she emails them, and what she said was at 18 years old, 19 years old, whatever the age is, they will be able to log into that email and see all of the beautiful, cute things that they've done, all the things that she's noticed that she can't put in a scrapbook, that she won't, I don't know, write a love letter. Do you know what I mean? She can't do all those things, but in this email, they're able to see all of the beautiful things that they've done. How sweet is that? So even the haters, even the Meghan Markle haters, they hate her for no apparent reason other than the fact that she's black. Even though they hate her for no apparent reason, even they must admit that it's hella cute. Meghan Markle emails her small children every single day. And before the haters come out and start talking nonsense about Meghan Markle, chill, bro. This is very cute, and you have to admit it's cute. Every single day, she will email her children. Her children are little, so they're not reading these emails, but she will email her children about the cute things that they've done during that day. How sweet is that? Every single day she emails them, and what she said was at 18 years old, 19 years old, whatever the age is, they will be able to log into that email and see all of the beautiful, cute things that they've done, all the things that she's noticed that she can't put in a scrapbook, that she won't, I don't know, write a love letter. Do you know what I mean? She can't do all those things, but in this email, they're able to see all of the beautiful things that they've done. How sweet is that? So even the haters, even the Meghan Markle haters, they hate her for no apparent reason other than the fact that she's black. Even though they hate her for no apparent reason, even they must admit that it's hella cute.
Okay, I like him better than I like that other person that's on social media, if you know who I'm talking about. Okay, if you know, you know. I like him better than that other person on social media, right? Yep, I like him better than I like that other one. He seems more sincere. All right. So with that, you guys, thank you very much. Good night. God bless. Thank you all for being here. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way out, and also consider getting a membership to Royal Sussex, which is still a bargain at just $4.99 once a month. $4.99 once a month helps to support this channel. So think about it. $4.99, your contribution to Royal Sussex. Okay, I was just looking at some last comments, but I think we're clear. All right. Good night. God bless. I'll see y'all next time.